Guys, happy Monday to you. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Let's get back into it. Today's lesson, we're going to be talking about multiplying fractions. And remember, guys, you should be taking notes as we go through these slides. All right, I'm going to skip a few slides down. And I want to talk about multiplying a fraction with a whole number. A fraction with a whole number. All right, so I'm going to go to my whiteboard and work this out for you guys. Boom, just like that, just like magic, we have our whiteboard. So when we multiply a whole number times a fraction, this is what you do. You take the whole number and you basically turn it into a fraction. How do you make 5 a fraction? It's basically 5 over 1. Okay, and now we're going to multiply that by 1/2. Okay, all right, so now we have a fraction times a fraction. All right, now remember, when you multiply a fraction times a fraction, you just multiply directly across. So we're going to have 5 times 1, which is, let me select my pencil, which is 5. And then you have 1 times 2, which is 2. Okay, now remember, this is an improper fraction and we don't leave them in improper fraction form. Okay, so what do we have? Well, our denominator is 2, so we have 2 over 2. That will leave us 3 over 2, so we have another 2 over 2. And then how much is remaining to give you 5? That's 1 over 2. So how many sets do we have here? We have 1, we have 2, so the answer would be 2 and 1/2. Okay? It also works. Let's see. I don't know if that's what I was looking for. No, it's not what I was looking for. Bear with me for a second. There was another example that I need to load up for you guys. All right, let's go back here. I have that other example for you. Have it down here. Here's the other example. We have 2/3 times 6. Once again, guys, even if it is in reverse order, it's very simple. We want to put 6 over 1, so we have 2/3 times 6 over 1. We multiply across. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3. Okay? This fraction reduces to, because both of these can be divided by 3. 12 divided by 3 gives you 4. 3 divided by 3 gives you 1. And so that's basically 4 is our answer. All right? Let's move on. This is a straightforward problem. I want you guys to try to work this example. I want you guys to pause the video and try to work this example. All right, guys, I hope that you guys was able to work that out. So remember, when we multiply fractions, we just multiply straight across. 2 times 5 equals 10. And then 3 times 15 gives you 45. Uh-oh, messed up on my 5. All right, now, this is our answer, but this fraction can be reduced, okay? Both of these are divisible by 5. 10 divided by 5 gives you 2. 15 divided by 5 gives you 9. So the answer to this question is 2/9. All right? I want you guys to try this video out. I want you to pause the video and try this example out. All right? I'm assuming that you paused it. Let's multiply across. 11 times 3 gives you 33. And then 5 times 20 gives you 100. It's an ugly 100, but y'all let me make it on that one. This is in its lowest form. That can't be reduced any further. So that is our answer. Let's move on to our next topic, all right? All right, so this is multiplying fractions when you have mixed numbers. All right, now I kind of put this down here for you guys. When you guys turn in your assignments and you have a mixed number, please make sure you do it like this. So we have 2 space 2 1/5. I have it indicated that way. So if that was your answer, you would mark it like that. All right, so What do we do? Okay, so we have to turn these mixed numbers into improper fractions. So just a reminder, how do you do that? Well, here you're going to multiply here. Remember, this should be in your notes. And then we'll add here. Okay? So what'll happen is you'll have 2 times 5, which gives you 10, plus 2 gives you 12 over 5. Okay? Same thing here. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 2 gives you 20. So times 20 over 6. And from here, we're just going to multiply across. Okay? So you'll have 20 times 12. 20 times 12, guys, what'd you get? That's right, 240. Over 5 times 6 is 30. Okay? So, of course, we cannot leave that in the form that it's in. So you have 240 and you have 30. Are there any common denominators in that? So let's see if we can break this down. Both of these are divisible by 10. Okay? And there is you can divide this straight out. But if we divide this by 10, to make our math easier, we end up with 24 over 3. And 24 divided by 3, both of these are divisible by 3. 24 divided by 3 gives you 8. 3 divided by 3 gives you 1, making our answer 8. Okay? You honestly can divide this right out. 240 divided by 30 and it will give you 8. But this is also a way of breaking that down. Okay? Alright, so let's move on. Alright, so I believe that this is the practice that I have for you. I want you guys to pause the video and I want you guys to try to practice this one out. Alright? Pause the video. Alright, so remember, it's multiply, then add. So 9 times 4 gives you 36. 36 plus 5 gives you 41 over 9. Here you have 2 times 16. 2 times 16 is 32. 32 plus 1 gives you 33 over 9. I'm sorry, not 9. I was looking at the other denominator. That's over 16. And now we can multiply across. That's 41 times 33. That gives you 1,353 over, and 9 times 16 is 144. Okay. This is probably the hardest part for you guys, is when you get numbers like this, is finding a common factor that both of these are divisible by. I've happened to do the work already, and both of these are divisible by 3. So if you divide 1,353 by 3, you get 451. If you divide 144 by 3, you get 48. Okay, now at this point, you gotta see if there's any more common factors that they can be divided by. I know that 48 can be divided by 2. It can be divided by, can it be divided by 3? No, I don't think it can be divided by 3. 48 divided by 3 is 16. So yes, it can be divided by 3, but 48 can be divided by 4. 4 times 12. 6 and 8 is also 48. And then you have 9. No, not 9. I'm sorry. That's 12. It's also divisible by 48. So I'm coming up with different numbers that can be that you can break 48 into, and seeing if those numbers are divisible by 451. So if you do the math, 451 can't be divided by 2. So we said 2, we said 3, we said 4, 6, 48. Let's see. 4 times 12, 3 times 16, and 2 times 24. Okay. Now, if you take all of these and you divide all of these into 451, you will find that none of these are directly divisible by 451. Okay. So that basically means that this is the final form of this fraction. So we just need to take it and turn it into a mixed number. How am I going to do that? Let's see. 451 divided by 48. That gives you 9.39. So I know that the biggest whole number is going to be 9. And I am using a calculator here, guys. I don't mind you using a calculator for this math. So what I did is I divided 451 by 48 to find out what's the nearest whole number. And I got 9. Okay, so now I have 9 times 48. And what that gives me is 432. So let's erase these numbers down here so you guys can really see what's going on, see what I'm doing. Okay, so 9 times 48. That gives you 432. Okay, so now how much is left over? So we're going to do 451 minus the 432. So we have 451 minus 432. And that gives you 19 that's left over. So the answer here will be 9 and 19 over 48. 19 is a prime number. It's not divisible by anything. So that would be our final answer. All right. So I got one more for you that I think I'm going to give you. I want you guys to try that. Pause the video and try that. And I'm going to work through this one really quick. All right. So I'm going to try to get through this quickly. So pay very close attention. I did my 15 times 3, which gives you 45. 45 plus 2 gives you 47. So that's 47 over 3. 4 times 8 gives you 32. Plus 5 gives you 37 over 8. Now, this is what I need you to really pay attention to because I'm changing what I just said. I think that this will be an easier method for you guys. 47 times 37 gives you 1,739. 3 times 8 gives you 24. This is what I want you guys to try for me. I want you guys to try to just use your calculator and divide this. If you divide 1,739 by 24, you get 72 and you get a fraction. Okay, so that means that my whole number is 72, right? So I'm going to take this 72 and I'm going to multiply it by 24. And what that gives me is 1,728. Okay, I'm going to take that 1,728 and I'm going to subtract that from the 1,739 to get 11, making my answer as 72 and 11 over 24. I'm going to end the video here because I don't want to have to re-record this if I don't have to, but I'm going to post some practice problems with just these examples for you. All right, check those out. They're coming soon.